One Punch Man's rating right now on my anime list is in a complete freefall. Like, it is just getting lower and lower and lower. And I would not be surprised before Season 3 wraps up that it doesn't reach maybe below 5.0. It reaches into the 4s, maybe even the 3.0. I could definitely see One Punch Man Season 3 getting that low just because of the overall reaction to just how bad Season 3 has been. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, the producer of One Punch Man Season 3 made an official statement about what to expect for the rest of the season, and it's not good. It's not. So let's just read this for a second. Chinatsu, the Season 3 producer, makes an official statement. Season 3, especially Episode 5 and 9, features action scenes that are even more intense and continuous than previous ones. So we began discussing production methods with the studio from the start and carried out various experiments. So to kind of summarize this, pretty much Episode 5 and Episode 9 is the priority episodes of Season 3. We have already seen Episode 5, which aired this last weekend, and I think unless you've been living under a rock, you have seen the community's reaction to Season 3, and especially Episode 5. Episode 5 is what broke the camel's back. The fan pages and people that were pretty much doing this gave up. The last dosage of copium and hopium ran dry, and fan pages that have been dedicated for weeks since Season 3 began, that has been trying to defend Season 3, gave up defending it and said, yeah, this is just absolute garbage, and they're upset, and has created an active boycott against Bandai Namco. But the point of the matter is that what this pretty much indicates here is that Episode 5 that we saw is the best that One Punch Man Season 3 is going to look. And even with that, it didn't look good. In fact, the best cut, the best looking sequence from the episode, had the animator that made that sequence comment on it and straight up say that, they were disappointed with how their work turned out, because apparently they made their cut, and it was shifted and changed a little bit upon the final production, and when it was released, and it just looked very different from what they expected. And so this implies that the talent that is working on Season 3, their talent and their work is not even being showcased to how it was supposed to look like, it's being shifted around, and you can just see that the very product is just in a lot of a sorry state, like it's in production hell, so to speak. And I feel like this situation is sad, because Episode 5 was met with a very negative reception. And the reception from that episode alone, as I pointed out at the beginning of the video, is causing the rating to just freefall. It's getting worse. And if Episode 5 was the best that we could look forward to until Episode 9, and it's probably going to look kind of similar, that means Episode 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12 is going to be a dumpster fire. They're going to be more or less still frames and what we've seen basically since Episode 1 of Season 3. And that's bad. That's really bad. Like, anyone that had any type of hope at this point got crushed. I actually haven't been this upset with a anime release in a very long time. I know I've made multiple videos either ranting or talking negatively about this season of One Punch Man, but I really need to reiterate the fact that I love One Punch Man. I love the manga. I love Season 1. Hell, I even like Season 2. I was one of those individuals that didn't fully hate Season 2 of One Punch Man. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but I didn't hate it. And just seeing the state of Season 3, and then what I talked about at the beginning of 2025, like literally like 9 months ago, talking about how Season 3 seems to be having some red flags about it. I hate that I was right. I hate that I called it, and I hate that One Punch Man Season 3 is becoming the very thing I thought it was going to be. And that is one of the biggest anime disasters of the 2020s. It is not a low-profile project. It's not. It's a big title. It is. Like, it might not be as significant in terms of weight as, like, Dragon Ball or Demon Slayer right now, but One Punch Man is recognized. It's recognized by people that don't even watch anime. And the fact that the product has been handled in such a poor state, I just left curious and wondering, why? Why would Bandai Namco, why would the production committee do this? Why would they do this to a series? Like, I've already talked about this, but my crackpot theory is they want to destroy the series. They want to ruin One Punch Man. That's the only thing I could really assume at this point, because there's no other reason why they would give Season 3 to a director that never even works on stuff like this. And I'm not blaming the director or the staff. I'm just blaming the decisions from the higher-ups. Like, why would they give a director that doesn't even work on series like One Punch Man, that was even questioning why he got it, Why would they give such limited time to work on this project? Why would they give it to a studio that obviously isn't equipped to work on One Punch Man and has a very busy schedule? Like, what is with these decisions? It is just so dumbfounding why the production committee and Bandai Namco did something like this. Because it all leads to an absolute dumpster fire that is just a complete train wreck that is getting worse by the episode. And the fact that episode 5 is the best that we can look forward to means that episode 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12 is going to be very bad. It makes me so upset just seeing this, man. And every time I see a new episode come out, it just makes me feel like what it could have been. Like, what One Punch Man Season 3 could have been. It could have been the best anime of this year. Like, it could have been rated as one of the best. Because it is covering content that is legitimately fantastic. It is covering some fascinating topics, some fascinating characters. It's really good. And with the build-up of Season 3, if it was done right, it would do so well with a Season 4 if the hype was building up some quality art and animation. But obviously, with the way Season 3 has been done, even if One Punch Man gets a Season 4, I don't feel like a lot of people will return for it, or at the very least, people will not be as excited anymore because of the damage to the anime at this point. It is now literally being listed and compared with Blue Lock Season 2, it's being compared with the 7 Deadly Frames, Berserk 2016, X-Arm. It's being compared with some of the worst examples of anime that is in the anime community. And the fact that One Punch Man has turned out to be something like this, it's just pains me to no end. But there is another thing that I do want to talk about, and that is the fact that there is hints that One Punch Man is getting a Season 4. So, this is an image from Netflix Brazil. And if you look at the bottom, what is circled, it says One Punch Man Season 3 Part 1. This is a very common thing that Netflix does when they release anime or different shows. Like, for instance, if an anime has over 12 episodes, they will split it and they'll call, like, for instance, the first 12 episodes Part 1, and then the other 12 episodes that goes up to episode 24 or whatever will be Part 2. Basically different, two cores. But the point is that this is a very common thing that Netflix does when they title their stuff. And this is apparently on Netflix Brazil that lists One Punch Man Season 3 as Part 1. Which implies that there is going to be a Part 2 of Season 3, or at the very least, a Season 4. And I feel like if this does turn out to not be like an error with the way it's titled, get ready to see Garo versus Saitama look absolutely horrible. Like, unless they change studios or whatever, Season 4 is going to be an absolute dumpster fire. Like, you think that people are upset now for Season 3? Oh my goodness, I could not even begin to imagine what people would say if we saw the Saitama versus Garo fight look like episode 5 or worse. I could not even begin to imagine what the anime community would do and what they would meme on. Like, the only viral thing that everybody is now talking about when it comes to Season 3 is literally Garo sliding. And I cannot imagine what the community would do to Season 4 if this is actually legit. So, overall, just to get right into it, it's not good, man. One Punch Man Season 3 has just been getting worse and worse, and every time we get more information about it, it really just indicates that the entire production is a mess. It is a complete disaster from the very beginning, and at this point, they should have just delayed it. They should have aborted the entire anime. Like, they honestly should have, and just, start over. Like, seriously, because it's probably losing money. It's doing everlasting damage to the brand. I don't know why anyone would allow this to continue. It would be better just to say, you know what, guys, we're going to delay the series. We'll come back in the next 6 to 7 months from now, and we'll give you the rest of the episodes. We've seen it happen before. It's happened with other anime, for instance, like 86. They should definitely do something like that, because at this point, it's very clear that One Punch Man needs more time to cook. They didn't give it enough time, and now we're getting basically an unfinished project. I will leave it at that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. Leave a comment on the video. Helps with the algorithm. Chibi out.